August is not the month for every founder to play small. Some founders should not spend this month obsessing over saving $10 on Canva. Some founders should not waste August rearranging admin tasks, adjusting the color of a slide deck, or pretending that working on operations is always the highest use of time. Some founders are built to win through one deal, one partnership, one premium client, one strategic acquisition, one investor conversation, one collaboration, one distribution channel, one high-margin offer, one distressed asset, one opportunity that slower founders were too distracted, too timid, or too comfortable to see. That is indirect wealth territory. And if indirect wealth is strong or activated in your chart, August may not be asking you to maintain. It may be asking you to hunt. But listen carefully. This is also where founders can destroy themselves, because indirect wealth is not permission to gamble. It is not permission to chase every shiny opportunity. It is not permission to call greed intuition. It is not permission to sign stupid partnerships because the numbers look exciting. It is not permission to confuse big movement with smart. That is the dangerous side. Indirect wealth can create opportunity. It can also create expensive overreach. The founder who can read the deal clearly may change the quarter. The founder who only smells money may walk into a trap wearing confidence as perfume. Very impressive, very tragic. In Bodza business application, indirect wealth is linked to non-linear money, not salary money, not slow, predictable fixed income, not tiny savings, not comfortable maintenance. Indirect wealth is the money that comes from opportunity, movement, commercial instinct, market timing, deal-making, flexible thinking, negotiation, risk appetite, resourcefulness, and seeing value before others see it. This is why it matters for founders. Are not employees waiting for fixed salary. Founders need to see openings. They need to convert opportunity. They need to structure deals. They need to move when the market shifts. They need to understand when a client, partner, asset, audience, product, or distribution channel can become money. That is not reckless. That is commercial intelligence. But here is the painful truth. Many founders say they want growth, but they are terrified of bigger opportunities. They hide in small tasks because small tasks feel safe. They keep improving the website. They keep revising the proposal. They keep joining networking events with no follow-up. They keep doing market research. They keep preparing for the perfect launch. They keep saying the business is not ready. Then someone else closes the deal. Someone else gets the partnership. Someone else buys the asset. Someone else secures the premium client. Someone else raises the money. Someone else enters the market. Someone else becomes the case study. And the founder says, I was also thinking about doing that. Congratulations. Thinking does not pay invoices. This is the regret indirect wealth exposes. Not that you had no opportunity, but that you saw it and moved too slowly. That is a different pain. Because when you miss a random opportunity, you can comfort yourself. When you miss the opportunity you already recognized, the regret stays longer. August metal season makes this sharper. Metal is not sentimental. Metal likes numbers, terms, margins, contracts, negotiation, structure, financial clarity, clean decisions, risk control, asset thinking. August can reward founders who can cut through noise and identify the real deal. But August can also punish founders who chase big opportunity without due diligence. So the question is not, should I take big action? The question is this the right opportunity for my chart, my timing, my business model, my cash flow, my risk capacity, and my current luck pillar? That is why generic advice is dangerous. Some founders should aggressively pursue the deal in August. Some should renegotiate. Some should bundle. Some should raise prices. Some should pursue partnership. Some should acquire. Some should sell to premium buyers. Some should walk away from the shiny object because the chart cannot hold the risk. The same month can make one founder rich and another founder foolish. That is why you cannot copy other people's timing. Their indirect wealth is not your indirect wealth. Their luck pillar is not your luck pillar. Their risk capacity is not yours. Their cash reserves are not yours. Their team can execute. Maybe yours cannot. Their opportunity is structured. Maybe yours is just expensive theater. Now let's talk about where indirect wealth becomes powerful in business. First, premium deals. Some founders are wasting time selling low-ticket offers to people who need too much convincing. They chase volume. They answer endless questions. They discount. They customize. They over-deliver. They call it service. No. Sometimes it is fear of selling bigger. If indirect wealth is activated, August may be the month to stop chasing small buyers who drain time and start speaking to premium buyers who understand value. A premium deal is not just a higher price. It is a different conversation. The buyer has pain. The buyer has urgency. The buyer understands cost of delay. The buyer can make decisions. The buyer values speed, access, strategic clarity, and outcome. But here is the problem. Many founders say they want premium clients, but their positioning still sounds cheap. Their offer sounds generic. Their content sounds like everyone else. Their sales call is full of nervous explaining. Their pricing is apologetic. Their follow-up is weak. Their confidence collapses the moment the client pauses. Then they blame the market. No, the market did not reject your premium offer. You never really made one. August is a good month to look at premium positioning because metal forces sharpness. What exactly is the expensive problem? Why does it matter now? What is the cost of delay? Why are you the right person to solve it? What changes when the client acts? What risk are they reducing? What money are they protecting or creating? If you cannot answer that, you are not selling premium. You are just charging more and hoping nobody notices. Second, strategic partnerships. Indirect wealth can show money through movement, networks, alliances, access, and opportunity. But not every partnership is good. Some partnerships create revenue. Some create visibility. Some create access. Some create distraction. Some create political drama. Some create unpaid work. Some create the illusion of growth while quietly draining time. Founders love the word partnership because it sounds powerful. But many partnerships are just two confused people combining confusion and calling it synergy. Very LinkedIn, very dangerous. If August brings partnership opportunities, ask, who brings the buyers? Who owns the audience? Who closes? Who delivers? Who carries the risk? Who pays the cost? Who manages the relationship? Who controls the client data? Who gets paid first? Who gets paid if the deal renews? Who is responsible if the client is unhappy? If nobody can answer clearly, do not call it partnership. Call it a future argument. Indirect wealth likes opportunity, but metal season demands structure. So structure the deal before you get excited, because money makes vague people very creative. Third, acquisitions and distressed assets. Some founders should look at assets other people are too slow, too emotional, or too tired to value properly. A distressed business, neglected audience, an underused database, a product with poor marketing but good demand, a competitor's client base, a content library, a domain, a tool, a process, a team, a supplier relationship, a distribution channel, a physical asset being liquidated. This is indirect wealth thinking. Not how do I save a little, but where is value trapped? August Metal supports analysis, numbers, due diligence, valuation, and cutting through fantasy. But here is the warning. Distressed does not mean cheap, does not mean valuable. Available does not mean aligned. And I can see potential is one of the most expensive sentences a founder can say. Potential still needs execution. Potential still needs cash. Potential still needs team. Potential still needs market demand. Potential still needs integration. Potential still needs timing. If your business cannot absorb the asset becomes a burden. Some founders buy opportunities that secretly buy them. They think they acquired growth. Actually, they acquired problems with paperwork. So if August brings an acquisition opportunity, ask, why is this available? What is the real cost? What is hidden inside operations? What reputation risk comes with it? What cash is needed after purchase? What integration is required? Who will manage it? How fast can it produce return? What happens if it takes twice as long? What does my chart say about handling this wealth pressure now? If you cannot answer, slow down. Missing a bad deal is not failure, it is protection. Fourth, high margin bundles. Indirect wealth does not always require a huge acquisition. Sometimes the move is packaging, taking existing assets and structuring them into a more profitable offer. A consultation plus audit, a workshop plus private group, a diagnostic plus implementation support, a content system plus advisory, a product bundle, a corporate package, a founder briefing, a limited strategic intensive, seasonal forecast with consultation upsell. This is powerful because many founders already have assets. They just package them badly. They sell individual pieces. They underprice access. They give away strategic thinking for free. They deliver custom work without premium structure. They create content but do not convert it into an offer. They build trust but do not ask for the sale. That is not generosity. That is commercial leakage. August is a good month to sharpen the bundle. What do buyers already want? What pain is urgent now? What existing asset can be combined? What can become premium? What can be limited? What can be sold with a deadline? What can become a founder-level offer? What can convert Telegram attention into consultation demand? This is where many people miss money. They think they need a new product. Sometimes they need a better structure around what they already have. Fifth, investor or private buyer conversations. Some founders may need capital. Some may need strategic buyers. Some may need partners. Some may need private clients. Some may need distribution. Indirect wealth can show opportunity through people with money, assets, market access, or risk appetite. But the founder must be ready. Do not enter serious money conversations with vague numbers. Do not say, the market is huge, like every amateur pitch deck in history. Do not show vanity metrics without conversion. Do not confuse attention with monetization. Do not ask for investment when you cannot explain margins. Do not speak to premium buyers if you cannot explain outcome. Do not approach partners if you cannot define the deal. Metal season will expose sloppy thinking. Serious money wants serious clarity. If your numbers are messy, fix them. If your offer is vague, sharpen it. If your terms are unclear, write them. If your story is weak, rebuild it. If your audience is unqualified, clean it. If your business cannot explain how money moves, do not call it a funding problem. Call it a founder clarity problem. Sixth, closing campaigns. August may be a strong month for founders who already have warm leads, existing trust, and offers that need a decisive push. But this is where many founders fail. They create content, they build audience, they educate, they nurture, they give value. Then, when it is time to sell, they become shy. Suddenly, the founder becomes spiritually delicate. They say they do not want to be pushy. They say they want people to decide naturally. They say they trust the universe. No. Sometimes you are just afraid of hearing no. If indirect wealth is active, you may need to close. Not hint, not inspire, not wait. Close. Make the offer. Set the deadline. Ask for the decision. Follow up. Handle objections. Clarify consequence. Move the buyer. If people trust you, but do not know what to buy, that is your fault. If they have pain, but no urgency, that is your messaging problem. If they are interested, but not moving, that is your sales process. If they watch everything, but never book, your CTA is weak. Do not blame the audience for not buying an offer you are too afraid to present clearly. Now, let's talk about the dangerous side of indirect wealth. Because I know some founders watching this are already getting excited. Calm down. Excitement is not evidence. A big opportunity can still be a bad decision. Indirect wealth can tempt founders into shortcuts, risky deals, overexpansion, bad partners, undisciplined speculation, overpromising, buying assets they cannot manage, launching offers they cannot fulfill, signing partnerships because the upside sounds sexy, taking investor money with terms they do not understand, chasing status instead of margin, moving fast without checking whether operations can support the promise. This is how founders damage themselves, not from lack of ambition, from ambition without structure. August Metal can help if you use it properly. It asks for due diligence, margins, terms, contracts, risk control, financial clarity, execution capacity, exit options, worst case scenario, not just how much can I make, also how much can I lose, what can go wrong, who controls what happens if the partner fails, what happens if the client delays, what happens if the market does not respond, what happens if delivery costs double, what happens if the deal takes longer, what happens if this distracts from the core business. If you cannot answer these questions, you are not a deal maker. You are a gambler with a business card. Now here is the indirect wealth audit for August. Question 1. What is the biggest commercial opportunity I am currently avoiding? Not because it is wrong, because it scares me. Premium pricing. bigger clients, partnership outreach, investor conversations, acquisition talks, a closing campaign, a high-margin bundle, a sales push, a strategic collaboration. Be honest, some opportunities are not blocked by the market. They are blocked by the founder's nervous system. Question 2. What deal would actually change the quarter? Not 10 tiny tasks, one meaningful deal. One client, one package, one partner, one asset, one channel, one campaign, one introduction, one offer. If you cannot identify this, you may be hiding in maintenance work. Maintenance feels responsible, but maintenance without growth becomes slow decline. Question 3. Where am I mistaking activity for opportunity? Meetings, networking, coffee chats, vague collaborations, proposal writing, unpaid advisory, long calls, endless DMs, content with no sales path. Busy founders love activity because it feels safer than asking for money. But indirect wealth is not activity. It is commercial movement. Question 4. Which opportunity looks exciting but fails due diligence? This is important. Not every big deal is your deal. Check the numbers. Check the people. Check the timeline. Check the terms. Check the operational burden. Check the cash flow impact. Check the reputation risk. Check whether your current team can execute. If the deal only looks good when you avoid the details, it is not a deal. It is a trap with branding. Question 5. What must I negotiate this month? Price, terms, commission, revenue share, equity, payment schedule, scope, exclusivity, access, renewal, delivery timeline, founder involvement. Do not enter August with vague commercial terms. Vague terms become expensive when money appears. Question 6. What should I walk away from? This is where real founders are tested. Weak founders think every opportunity must be chased. Strong founders know that walking away from the wrong deal protects the next one. Walk away from unclear partners. Walk away from bad margins. Walk away from clients who want premium outcomes at discount behavior. Walk away from deals that require you to abandon your core business. Walk away from investors whose money comes with control you cannot afford. Walk away from collaborations where you carry all the work and someone else borrows your credibility. Indirect wealth is not just the ability to see money. It is the ability to reject the wrong money. That is where many founders fail. Now let's make this painful. If August activates indirect wealth for you and you ignore it, you may not lose money immediately. You may lose the opportunity window. And that is worse in some way, because later you will see someone else do the thing you hesitated on. Someone else launches the offer. Someone else partners with the person. Someone else buys the asset. Someone else closes the client. Someone else becomes known in the niche. Someone else takes the position. Someone else gets the momentum. And you will know. You were not blind. You were slow. That regret is ugly because you cannot honestly say you did not see it. You saw it. You just did not move. You were too busy perfecting small things, too scared to ask for the bigger sale, too hesitant to negotiate, too polite to follow up, too insecure to price properly, too distracted to structure the deal, too comfortable to take the meeting, too afraid to be rejected. And the market does not reward the founder who almost acted. There is no prize for almost. There is no revenue for considering. There is no invoice for thinking about it. The opportunity either moves through you or it moves to someone else. That is the fear you should carry into August. Not panic. Precision, because the wrong fear makes you freeze. The right fear makes you sharpen. If indirect wealth is active, ask yourself, what if August is the month I should close? What if the deal I keep delaying is the one that changes the quarter? What if the buyer is ready, but my CTA is weak? What if the partner is open, but I have not approached? What if the premium offer is obvious, but I keep hiding behind low-ticket safety? What if the market is giving me a window and I am wasting it on admin? What if I am not being cautious? What if I am being small? That question hurts. Good, because smallness is expensive when the timing calls for movement. Now, this does not mean every founder should attack. Some founders watching this need the opposite warning. You are not bold. You are impulsive. You call every shiny thing an opportunity. You say yes too quickly. You mistake charm for credibility. You mistake potential for profit. You mistake speed for intelligence. You mistake risk for leadership. You mistake your excitement for a Bazi reading. Please stop. A strong indirect wealth month does not mean act without structure. It means identify, assess, negotiate, and move cleanly. If the opportunity cannot survive due diligence, let it die. If the partner becomes vague when terms are discussed, let it die. If the numbers only work under fantasy assumptions, let it die. If the deal requires you to sacrifice your core business, let it die. If the client wants everything but resists payment, let it die. If the asset looks cheap but needs resources you do not have, let it die. Cutting bad deals is also wealth discipline. This is why August Metal is so useful. It gives you the blade. Use it. Cut noise. Cut vague opportunities. Cut bad terms. Cut fake partnerships. Cut low-margin distractions. Cut clients who cannot pay properly. Cut offers that consume attention but do not convert. Then, focus on the deal that matters. Not 10 random possibilities. The one that has strategic weight. Now let's talk about Telegram. This is exactly the topic where YouTube is not enough. Because whether you should close, negotiate, acquire, partner, bundle, raise, or walk away depends on your actual chart and business context. If you are inside the Telegram channel, you can ask sharper questions. You can look at the August theme before the decision window closes. You can see how other founders are thinking about deals, pricing, partnerships, and timing. You can catch the warning before the opportunity disappears. And when private Badza business consultation slots open, Telegram usually knows first. Do not wait outside the room until the deal is gone. That is how founders become spectators in their own market. They watch others move. They watch others win. They watch others become visible. Then they say, I was planning something similar. Nobody cares. The market rewards execution. If August is activating your wealth star, indirect wealth, deal-making potential, or commercial pressure, you need to know what to do with it. Should you close? Should you negotiate? Should you bundle? Should you acquire? Should you partner? Should you raise? Should you sell premium? Should you walk away? Guessing is expensive. A private Badzi business consultation is not about telling you that you are good with opportunities. That is too vague. It should help you understand what opportunity your chart can hold, where the risk sits, what timing supports, and what decision the month is asking from you. Because the wrong opportunity at the wrong time can damage you, but the right opportunity ignored can haunt you. That is the double warning of indirect wealth. Move blindly and you may pay. Fail to move and you may regret. So your job is not to be reckless. Your job is to be ready with numbers, ready with terms, ready with positioning, ready with offer, ready with negotiation, ready with due diligence, ready with the courage to ask, ready with the discipline to walk away. That is how August becomes powerful. Not by waiting for luck, by recognizing where luck requires a decision. Subscribe to this channel because the next videos in this August series will go deeper into metal cash flow discipline, team role audits, and your personal August execution profile. Join the Telegram channel. Do not stand outside while serious founders are asking sharper questions inside. And if August is activating your indirect wealth or wealth star, book a private Badzi business consultation before you miss the deal, chase the wrong one, or turn a commercial opening into an expensive lesson. Because some founders will leave August with one deal that changes the quarter. Others will leave August saying, I should have moved earlier. And that sentence is not strategy. It is regret with a receipt.